Welcome to another style study video. I am Matt, and in this session we are taking a look at style 3B Czech Premium Pale Lager. I think is the order of those words. It is. I looked at my cheat sheet. But before we start, I have to give my usual disclaimer. I do not represent the BJCP in any way, shape, or form. The BJCP does not authorize or endorse these videos. This series is merely my documentation of what I'm doing to work towards my BJCP beer judge certification and learning the styles that are included in that testing. All right, with that all out of the way and started, let's take a look at what we have for Czech Premium Pale Lager. Overall impression, rich, characterful, pale Czech lager with a considerable malt and hop character and a long rounded finish. Complex yet well balanced and refreshing. The malt flavors are complex for a Pilsner type beer, and the bitterness is strong but clean without harshness, which gives a rounded impression that enhances drinkability. Let's take a look at the vitals before we get into what we're going to be filling out the score sheet on with about, that's probably the word I wanted. The SRM range is 3.5 to 6. The IBUs go from 30 to 45. The original gravity ranges from 1.044 to 1.060. The final gravity goes from 1.013 to 1.017, giving us an ABV range of 4.2 to 5.8%. Now onto the characteristics that we're going to be looking for when we're judging this beer. Aroma, medium to medium high bready, rich malt, and medium low to medium high spicy, floral, or herbal hop bouquet. Though the balance between the malt and hops may vary, the interplay is rich and complex. Light diacetyl or very low fruit hop-derived esters are acceptable but need not be present. Appearance, gold to deep gold color, brilliant to very clear clarity, dense, long-lasting, creamy white head. Oh, that's it. I was reading it like there's going to be more. Flavor. Rich, complex, bready maltiness combined with a pronounced yet soft and round bitterness and floral and spicy hop flavor. Malt and hop flavors are medium to medium high, and the malt may contain a slight impression of caramel. Bitterness is prominent but never harsh. The long finish can be balanced towards hops or malt but is never aggressively tilted either way. Light to moderate diacetyl and low hop-derived esters are acceptable but need not be present. Mouthfeel, even shorter than appearance. Medium body, medium to low carbonation. And that is it for those vitals. Of course, there's, as always, the comments, the history, and the characteristic ingredients, and you can find all this at bjcp.org. Commercial examples. Yes, I cannot read most of these except Pilsner Urquell. So as I had gone through that, the other name should have appeared up on the screen. I'm not even going to attempt to say those because it will, I don't know how to say those. It's what it comes down to. And I do have one of the examples this time, and it's probably not a big surprise which one it is. This is the only one I can say, and it's probably the example that most of you have seen or tried as well. And it's right over here because my little assistant table got moved. Oh, here, I kind of blew the lead on that when I was reaching the cup. It's Pilsner Urquell. So that is what I'm going to try. And as usual, you should know, unless you're brand new to the series, there are all the highlights you just saw on the screen. I'm going to go through this once and see what I pick out of these. And then I'm going to pause the recording, fill out my score sheet, and then review that as well. And this time, for this session and the next one, I am going to be using this list of beer flavor descriptors and mouthfeel descriptors to start to increase my vocabulary a little bit. Like instead of just apple, what kind of apple? Instead of if I get a sweet or aromatic, what kind? There's a lot of words to choose from here. I'm still going to limit myself to about 13 minutes. If I get to 15 minutes, I'm going to stop because that is the one thing that will not change in testing is the time limit. But I'm going to probably take a little longer than usual to try to pick out some more words and apply those to what I'm tasting. I'm not going to pull them out just to use them. I'm actually going to try to find maybe that particular aroma or flavor I can't put my finger on might show up here. So I think this is going to help. This will be it'll be a fun exercise. But before I get to that, let's crack this open. And let's do an initial pour. I'm not going to quite do the competition pour because I want the head to dissipate so I can catch the aroma. but we still have a good head. So let's get to the highlights here. Medium to high bready richness is exactly what I was smelling as I said that. Medium low to medium high spice. Maybe. I'll explore that a little more in just a bit. Floral or herbal hops. A little bit of herbal right off the bat. Appearance deep. I'm going to say gold to deep gold. I would definitely say that's getting towards deep gold. It's really clear, and it does say brilliant to very clear. I took the condensation off to give a better idea of how clear it is. Long-lasting creamy white head. I'm not going to judge it yet until I do a competition pour where I pour it from a little bit of a distance and a little aggressively. Flavor, let's see. I'm looking for rich, complex bready malt and floral and spicy hops. I definitely get the bready malt. And what I didn't write in my highlights, which I should have now, I tasted it, but it is what it is. I definitely get a distinct bitterness that is not harsh. And that was something that was in the guideline descriptions that would or could be there. And it's certainly there. It's actually quite interesting how bitter yet pleasant that is. Mouthfeel, medium body, I'd say so. Moderate to low carbonation. Moderate, it's still rolling off the glass. I don't know if it's coming up on camera, but I can see it. All right, with that, I'm going to pause the camera and start my timer, fill out my score sheet, and I will be right back. All right, I am back, and I have completed the score sheet pretty full. I could probably have added some more, but I was using this sheet to kind of pick out some things to, again, expand my vocabulary with. Didn't use it as much as I had hoped. Just didn't quite find the words I was looking for, but not at all, even close to giving up on that. But I did find a couple ideas, not even ideas, but a couple words that better expressed than what my initial thoughts were. So it was good. It was successful. Just probably could be more successful. So let's go over this and. Starting with, okay, yes, we usually start at the top with the normal information. Category 3, subcategory B, entry number Pilsner Urquell, subcategory spelled out, Czech Premium Pale Lager, bottle inspection, appropriate size, cap, fill level, label removal, etc. My comments were branded cap, proper fill, good hiss on open. So, on to aroma. Malty cracker-like light aroma with a faint ground pepper hop following. Sweet malt present swirling the cup. Very clean fermentation, no overwhelming yeast produced characters found. And I give that an 11 out of 12. Appearance, rich, deep golden color, extremely clear, crystal-like. Small head with small, too tiny bubbles that faded quickly to a tight collar and patches of white bubble colonies. That's the best descriptor I could find to describe what I was looking at. I wanted to give a mental image of what I was seeing in words, or create a mental image with my words. Hopefully that worked. That's another thing I'll work on. Appearance, 3 out of 3. That was a lot of thought into that final statement just to award that third point out of the 3. But again, I've made my feelings on that rating or that score percentage clear. Flavor. A very prominent yet pleasing bitterness over the tongue, the palate, and lingering in the finish. A subtle floral, lilac, and lavender hop flavor present. Very light cracker / bready base malt character. Slightly dry on the finish, and I gave that a 17 out of 20. Mouthfeel. Medium-bodied, moderate carbonation, slight carbonic bite on the tongue. Silken-like creaminess, more prominent at the initial serving temperature. Proper alcohol presence, recognizable but not overpowering. That was a 5 out of 5. Overall impression, a very clean, very crisp lager. Slightly more bitter to the balance than expected for the style. Perhaps less bittering hops or a shorter addition time could tame the bitterness. Well made, no process flaws detected. Would enjoy drinking this beer again. Nice job. And that total is 44 out of 50, and that puts it in the excellent range. And I know that fans of Pilsner Urquell are rabid fans that are probably very upset that it's not in the outstanding, but that's my rating. It was the bitterness that dropped it out of outstanding to excellent. I mean, are you really going to complain about excellent? Probably. It's the internet. So with that, that is it for this video. I will be back to continue the series with style 3C Czech Amber Lager. I'm looking at another cheat sheet. And until then, I do need to say thank you for watching, and I'll be back with a study style video very soon.